Well, hi everyone, Drew Dilkens here for another edition of Mayor's Mic. This is the platform that we use to talk about issues that are important to you and the city, just so you have more background and detail on some of the decisions that we're making. And so today's edition is all about my veto of the tunnel bus service. And of course, we operate the tunnel bus service. We have since the 1980s. And here's what happened. We've operated this service, and for many, many years, we've broken even providing this service over to the city of Detroit. It serves almost exclusively our audience here domestically, bringing them across the border to Detroit and then bringing them back again. Almost no one takes the tunnel bus from Detroit or Michigan to come to Windsor, visit, spend their money, or play at the casino and then go back again. Very, very little. And so what happened is Justin Trudeau changed federal legislation a couple of years ago that added a $1.6 million expense to the bottom line of the tunnel bus service. And so now we're not breaking even, we're losing $1.6 million a year delivering this service. City Council considered the matter in the 2025 budget deliberations and decided to increase the fare from $10 to $20 per person each way. And I just think, for a couple reasons, I exercise my veto. Number one, I think it's a really bad business decision to increase the fare to $20. I appreciate my colleagues were trying to close the gap because the break-even fare would be somewhere around $35 a person each way. But at $20, I think we're going to lose our shirt. People aren't just going to take the tunnel bus over to Detroit anymore because we put it in a position to be economically unfeasible. And I know myself and many of you watching, you'll just get in your car and drive over, and you'll be able to drive over and park and actually pay less to do that, as opposed to spending $40 round trip to get over to the city of Detroit. So from a business case perspective, I was already considering the veto because I didn't think it made a lot of sense. But I might have let it go, and then Donald Trump and his tariff magic came in, and I said, in good conscience, I cannot have Windsor taxpayers subsidize the delivery of this service over to the city of Detroit, where all of the money, we're basically an economic engine for the city of Detroit, taking 40,000 people over every year to Detroit to spend their money. And you have the President of the United States who is really threatening to put our community in a very catastrophic position with the threat of these 25% tariffs. And I just can't do it. I could not put my head on the pillow and say this was the right thing to do. And so I exercised my veto. It's the first time I've ever vetoed a decision of City Council. But the democratic process is what it is, and Council now has a chance to meet and to override my veto. And whatever they decide, I will certainly respect their opinion. But I think it's incumbent upon us to look at the financial viability of this service and reconcile what we're spending to bring people to another country to spend their money. And I want to juxtapose this with all of the other services that we provide at Transit Windsor to all of the other municipalities in Essex County. The city of Windsor does not subsidize a penny to deliver the services to get you out to Kingsville or Leamington or Essex or Amherstburg. We don't subsidize those things at all. All of those towns pay the full fare for the cost of providing the transit service to their community. And so I've exercised my veto. Council will meet very soon to decide whether to override it. Again, whatever they decide, I respect the decision of my city councilors, but I want you to know where I stand on this issue and why I voted the way that I did. Thanks for watching this edition of Mayor's Mic. I hope you learned a little bit more about this particular issue. If there's anything you'd like us to discuss, please drop us a line at the email address on the screen. Talk to you again very soon.